Hi there and welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Oretta Odaya. Now we'll get to your top 4 at 4 in just a moment, but always a look at your commuter traffic and weather with Brian Lampus. Good day, sir.
A pleasure,
A pleasure. I do.
Odaya. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't I know you from the Echoes of Us podcast
on the 22 News Plus?
Yeah.
We're just on the same wavelength today.
We're pals.
I love this.
And I appreciate you being here. And
I'm glad to be with you.
A lot of Friday energy happening around
Yeah, end
the
of the
building.
week. How are we looking for the end of the week?
Pretty good. But traffic is a little weird for some reason. Maybe it's because the school year is underway, but there are some slowdowns to show you, and you can see them here. Either end of 291 running a little slow. This is a little early for this traffic to be slow, given the fact that we're in the mid to late afternoon hours, and also a slowdown on I-91 southbound. Forest Park, Long Meadow area, and also Route 5 in Long Meadow seems to be a little slow. Just letting you know. Otherwise, traffic seems to be okay on the Pike and also I-91 north of Springfield. Temperatures right now, 84 in Greenfield, 81 Northampton, 85 in Springfield, and the Berkshires are in the mid to upper 70s. 77 right now in Great Barrington. Clouds and radar. Keeping our eye on the radar, there have been a couple of sprinkles in eastern Hampshire County. But otherwise it's dry, and there is significantly drier air on the way in for the west, which means that we're confident of a mostly, if not completely dry weekend. We'll update our chances with the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
For that, Brian. Governor Maura Healey's emergency order goes into effect today, classifying all forms of kratom into Schedule 1 under Massachusetts law. This bans the possession, distribution, and manufacture of the substance across the state for up to a year. The measure restricts statewide retail sales and grants local health boards and municipal agencies expanded authority to enforce compliance against stores selling kratom products. But now 4 Massachusetts retailers that sell kratom have sued the Department of Public Health to block the order. They're arguing state health officials do not have the legal authority to reclassify the substance, saying the order does not meet state requirements. And Governor Healey has announced a new statewide campaign to help launch careers in the mental health services industry. It's called Turn Your Compassion into your career, and connect students and job seekers with a variety of career opportunities. This includes information about mental health jobs, education and training, financial assistance, and career support services. In a statement, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll says that Massachusetts is committed to building a strong behavioral health workforce, highlighting the importance of mental health services in local communities. In nearly 24 states, including Massachusetts, are suing the Trump administration to block new federal changes to a family planning grant program. The suit argues the new changes to Title X conditions would illegally punish states and providers that offer gender-affirming care or refuse to conform to the administration's contraception ideologies. The states also allege that the federal government imposed those new conditions without following the required process. Similar restrictions on Title X policies during the first Trump administration caused a nearly 60% drop in patients in just 2 years. A federal judge is blocking President Trump's executive order that sought to limit mail-in voting for the midterm elections. A 14-day hold was put in place after a fresh round of lawsuits just days before mail ballots begin to go out. The case could be headed back to the Supreme Court, which sided with Trump earlier this week. Meanwhile, a hearing in the case is set for September 3rd. Now another round of today's weather. Sunny. I went out and it was nice.
Yeah, a little humid. Did you notice that?
A little humid, yeah. I definitely, with the long sleeve, it was a little rough.
Well, I'll tell you, you're probably going to need that. Is that a sweater?
It is. Justin Haynes, actually.
That's very lovely.
Thank you very much.
So kind of a locally sourced.
Of course. Support local businesses.
An artsy sweater.
Absolutely.
And Justin's been on the Echoes of Us podcast.
Yes.
Yourself. I do. I do my research.
I like it.
You're kind of a big deal. All right, so let's prepare for the weekend.
Okay, let's do that. Let's stay on track here.
This is fantastic. Okay, so clouds and radar here. You can see, if you look closely, eastern Hampshire County, a little sprinkle here and there. That's about it. And there's much drier air off to the west. If you have outdoor plans for this evening, keep an eye on the radar just in case. There's the chance for a scattered shower here through 7 o'clock. but most of us will not see a raindrop. Indigo Girls at Look Park tonight, Cummington Fair this evening, the Ware Grange Fair happening as well, and MGM Free Music Friday, and there are a multitude of other events happening this evening. For the most part, we're talking about dry weather, clear weather, evening temperatures in the 70s and 60s, and then overnight lows will be in the low 50s. So it will be jacket and sweater weather early tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock sweater weather, probably not jacket weather, but you get the idea. Low 50s, there may even be a few spots that get into the 40s in western Franklin County and northern Berkshire County. But we expect a dry day. Sunshine at 10 o'clock, noontime sunshine, light breeze out of the north-northwest tomorrow, and a high temperature of 78 to 82. There are some inklings that there could be a little sprinkle here on Sunday. We'll track those chances on 22 News starting at 5.
Thanks, Brian. And trending today, the city of Springfield is recognizing National Black Breastfeeding Week. The week was initiated 14 years ago to uplift Black families and connect parents with breastfeeding support and resources. And Springfield Health and Racial Equity Co-Chair Chanel Ford and Dr. Lucinda Canty are among the leaders in this important work. National Black Breastfeeding Week started Tuesday. It continues through Monday, August 31st. Tomorrow, the town of Southwick will host a community-wide celebration to mark America's 250th anniversary. Organizers say the celebration will include a parade, live music, family activities, and a large fireworks display. The afternoon of fun will begin with the community parade at 4 p.m. It features agricultural groups, emergency responders, classic cars, and more. Then, later in the evening, attendees can experience some food trucks and the fireworks show. The remaining festivities will begin at 5 p.m. at Whaley Park. Now, a look at what we're cooking up for 22 News starting at 5. Our coverage continues on the Springfield Courthouse. Find out who is looking to dismiss the latest injunction filed by 2 of the losing bidders and what all parties involved have to say. Plus, we'll have a closer look at Providence Police's independent review of the city's response regarding the December 13th Brown University shooting. And our storm team takes a look back at Tropical Storm Irene, which caused major flooding 15 years ago today over in Franklin County. You don't want to miss it.
Traffic right now is a little bit slow considering the time of day. Notice a bit of slowdown at the end of 291 and I-91 through downtown. We've also got some backups on Route 5 in Longmeadow and on I-91 southbound in Forest Park. So just keep that in mind. Pike looks good. 91 north of the city looks good. Most of the weekend's weather looks good. We'll show you on 22 News starting at 5.
Thanks for joining us this afternoon for 22 News at 4. Again, join us on TV tonight starting at 5. And of course, you can get all your local news and weather updates anytime online at wwlp.com and the 22 News mobile app.